I think the front three going into the game tomorrow really should be Werner on the left, Mikey Moore on the right, and then Richarlison up top.
Yeah.
Get Richarlison, get some minutes in his legs, and maybe hopefully you see Odegaard maybe for the last half an hour of the game that comes on. Maybe for a Werner or a Moore, whoever's playing the poorest on the day. So I think that's the way you got to go for it. You're really seeing the squad start to beef up with options now in that front line, which is music to all our ears. Got some quotes on Ange for Sonny. He said Sonny was a bit sore after the weekend and he was never going to be involved tomorrow. And Jed trained individually. So that's the line from those two.
Oh, sounds good.
In terms of the team news after Ange Postecoglou's press conference, what have we got?
So, obviously Jed Spencer's ineligible, so he's not available for this game. Wilson Odegaard was seen in training today, so that's really positive news. And Andrew was asked about him in his press conference, and he said he should be in the squad and get some game time. It doesn't sound like he's going to start, but he said game dependent, he will get some game time. It sounds like if we're winning, he'll come on, essentially. And I guess the biggest news was Heung-min Son was not seen in training today, giving a lot of panic to a lot of Spurs fans as to his fitness and whether his availability. Ange did allay those fears a bit in his press conference, saying that he was never going to be involved on Thursday. So basically they're going to try and keep him fresh for Sunday. So he's not going to be playing tomorrow, essentially. But he said he was a bit sore after the game against West Ham. So just want to be careful with him.
Yeah, and I think it's right to do so. After just coming back, making such an impact in the game against West Ham, you want to just err on the side of caution with Sonny and be in there for the really big games.
Yeah, but I wonder, does that mean he hasn't been training all week?
Yes, good point. It's hard to know, isn't it? Because we only know about the training session today because that's the one caught on camera.
I'm sure they have been training during the week.
I'm sure they have.
I'd assume. I mean, the game was Saturday. Obviously, Sunday they'd probably have off. And then I'm assuming Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, did he say in the press conference that he felt sore after the game or he felt sore after training?
I'm pretty sure he said after the game. He said after Sunday.
If he hasn't trained all week, then that's more of a concern than just about today.
Yeah, he said after the weekend. He said he felt sore after the weekend.
I mean, if he's still feeling sore, then after the day after the game, that is a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Yeah, so maybe there is doubts about him on Sunday. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'd assume if he's feeling sore today and hasn't trained, that implies he hasn't been training all week, or unless he has been training, just don't want to overdo it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see for the press conference before the game at the weekend against Crystal Palace to find out further info on that. On the left, to make up that final 11, we are going to go for Timo Werner. There is a slight chance for Odegaard to start this game. He is back and he has been training and Ange says he is available for selection, but we think Werner will just about get the nod with Odegaard getting some minutes at the end.
Yeah, I mean, Ange said when asked about Odegaard, he said that he's obviously been back in training for a week, but he said it's game dependent on his minutes. So that implies he's not going to start and he will come on depending on how the game is going.
He's what on his minutes?
It's game dependent. As he was asked, is he ready to get minutes in this game? He said it's game dependent. So that implies he's not going to start. So I do think, obviously, with Son not playing, we obviously probably pretty much just leaves Timo on that left-hand side. He's kind of the only one at the moment, to be honest, who's really not playing that well. And obviously, it's a shame because he's a player low on confidence, and I don't want to keep bang on about his lack of quality and how frustrated he can be. But at the end of the day, everyone else in the team at the moment does seem to be going through a good period. If I look at the overall who's having good seasons and stuff, he's the only one who I'm like, maybe Romero as well, but he's the main one who you can probably point to saying you've just not really had any good games yet and you need to start upping your game. So hopefully he can do something in this game, boost his confidence, because you can just see when he came on against West Ham, so low on confidence, again dribbling off the pitch, doing things that when Werner's at full flight, he's not doing. So let's just hope this can be a confidence-boosting game for him. Yeah,
I mean, on Werner, he has had a couple of performances, like against Manchester United, and there was another one in there where he's doing all the right things up until he gets into the 6-yard box, or when it comes to that crossing, when it comes to that shooting. And I think that's just what Werner is, to be honest. You're looking at him. This is what he's shown over the past, ever since he's had those big seasons at RB Leipzig. That's what he's shown to be. And last season he had moments where you would think it would boost his confidence, but then he just reverts back to type. So I think that's just what Werner is now.
Yeah, hopefully you're wrong.
Hopefully I'm wrong, yeah. But let's run through that team with you guys one more time. This is our predicted lineup to face RZ Alkmaar in our third Europa League game tomorrow night at Tottenham. It's Vicario in goal, Archie Gray right back, Ben Davis left back, Van der Ven and Dragoshin centre back pairing with Rodrigo Bentancur, Pape Matar and Lucas Bergwijn as the middle three, with Mikey Moore on the right, Timo Werner on the left, and Richarlison up top. So that is our predicted lineup going into the game.